Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Don.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, Don.
Hey, Don, and everybody.
What is this? I damn deal. All
You
right,
noticed
let's
that-
get in here and
Everybody starts with their hair.
Want to look pretty.
Yeah.
Some of
Look
us
okay.
are just here.
Doesn't look frizzy, does it? It's really humid today.
Doesn't look like I have hair, does it?
You have all those women picking it off. That's why behind you.
We have a really big storm coming in. I don't, they put a tornado warning out and everything, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
Nothing. Just give me the whole thing.
Where do you live, Gina?
8 warnings.
Okay.
I'm Georgetown, Texas.
Yeah, we had that the other day.
Yeah, I was in Topeka, Kansas yesterday doing a military funeral. Can you see the bags under my eyes? 20 hours of driving in 2 days. I'm exhausted.
Oh,
Wow. Amazing. I do not know how I would respond with the sirens and the notices. I mean, we get earthquakes. Great, it's done, it's over. We don't even know it's going to happen. You know, I'm fine with that. I've lived through those. But to have a warning, oh, I don't know.
I can't wait to get back to Arizona. I'm telling you, it might get hot in Phoenix, but
It might.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
but
Yeah,
we
chaos.
we do have some terrible days. I mean, there are days when the pool hasn't been cleaned, because those are miserable days, terrible days. And then every once in a while you'll wake up and there'll be a bug on the porch. That the struggle is real. Okay.
Yeah. I'm so
you guys
sorry,
have
Don.
tornadoes and stuff, but we got like little bugs, those stinky bugs. It's just
Yeah. Isn't it awful?
it's
I'm
I
gonna be dealing with elk. That's gonna be an issue for me in a year and a half. That's me. I've got elk in my backyard as we speak.
where are you going to move in Arizona to get elk?
Happy Jack, my darling.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, I've never seen elk up there. I've seen a lot of deer.
There's a ton of elk.
Yeah.
wanted to say before we get started that I was getting ready to click into the media thing and looking at the albums, and our assignment 1 there was 67 photos, and today there's 39 photos in there. So for everybody that's stuck with it and
Yes.
is still here, that's really good.
It's been a lot of fun and it's been a huge learning curve. And I'm super jealous of those of you who are way ahead of me on this thing, and I can't wait to catch up.
How long you been doing it for? Like this?
This
style?
particular style, this is it. This is my first round.
The
Oh,
ones that
Most
doing
of these online courses lose 75 to 80% of their people. We only lost 20. Not bad. Not bad.
and some
What
of
were you
us have
saying?
been doing it for a very long time.
I
and
can
working-
tell. It's obvious. I mean, this very first shot out of the bucket, man, holy crap, that's
Right.
unbelievable.
And look
This is-
how
this is
pretty
a-
the photographs are. I mean, they're just really a bunch of really pretty photographs.
It's
love it.
really stunning. Yeah,
Really
very
nice.
stunning.
This
All
will
right.
be my first time where I've gone through the whole thing.
Well, there you go.
So
You're
yay.
gonna do the same thing with Project 52, aren't you?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, of course. That's a paid program. That's different. Yeah, well, it's also your last time. I'm not going to falter. you know.
Can't blow it on the last one through.
Uh-uh.
All right, Andrea, is Andrea here? She doesn't use, I don't think she comes, does she? Because she's,
Yeah, I think she's got like a time zone thing going on.
I think you're right. Wow, Andrea, this is really lovely. That's really lovely. Look at the subtleties in what she's done here. You got the very bright highlight here. Do you see that? Then you see the very soft highlight here.
Mhm.
Just plays with the glass. We've got the same thing over here. We get the bright highlight here. The orange is lit, and then it's hot up here. Got a nice light there. Goes darker, then it picks up light, and it picks up light down here. So we have light moving all the way through this little sort of serpentine piece of orange there. It's really, really nicely done. There's a little bit of a horizon there. Andrea, I don't know that I wouldn't take that out. I don't think we need it at all. I really don't think we need it. So I think I just grab a brush and just brush it out. And let it just be really, really nice. Dark field lighting, which is what is happening on the really bright sides here. And there it is. And you can't get much simpler than that. Nicely done. How
I like
simple
how
this
it's
is.
all like that. It has a sensuality to this,
Mhm.
to the evening that you anticipate, you know? Doesn't it?
But this, the color all the way through here is just so pretty.
I like the way she blasted light against the wall to create the light behind the dark field. That's really,
There are places on the internet, and I'm not going to mention names. There are places on the internet that would have two bronze color strobes set up. You know what I'm saying? Right, Mark?
yeah.
Oh,
Two
I
bronze
know,
color strobes.
I know
and
exactly.
a perspex black background and everything. Andrea goes, yeah, I can't afford that. How about I just hit the wall with some light and put up a black card? Yep,
Mhm.
works just the same. Really well done. Thank you, Andrea. Beautifully done.
Well, that comment that you just made, you know, when you posted the photo about all the drums and then the one where it's just very simple drums, that really clicked for me because it was like somebody is master at their skill. They don't need all this stuff if they can do it with just a little bit.
Well, yeah, there's a paring down that happens, I think, sometimes. I mean, I used to take my whole bag of cannons, which is a really big bag, very heavy, and that went with me everywhere. I think it's been a couple of years since I've done that. I mean, I'll go and I'll grab the 24 to one, what is it, 24 to 105, the 24 to 105, and maybe the 135 if I know what I'm going to be doing. But it's rare I grab the whole bag unless I'm doing a road trip. You know, I got, you know, and then of course I'm grabbing these things all the time, little guys, going out the door with them. All right, really nice. Really nice. Joe, this is very commercial looking, Joe. Good job.
Yeah,
Where is Joe?
thanks. I missed the dark background, so I had it taken in the dark and a gray background, so I posted the black one on the Facebook page.
Joe, I like that second shot. I really liked it.
The black one?
Yep.
Yeah. It was done
Should have put
quick.
it in the comment for this image, Joe, then we could see it.
Oh, okay.
If you can do that while we're doing this, we can come back. Just let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, this is really, really a nice shot. This will be good in your portfolio.
Thanks.
Nice highlights on. There's one thing about shooting slices of lemon or limes or anything. You cannot let them look dry. If they sit out in the air for about a minute, the outside of the orange dries up. And when it does that, you lose this sheen. So you always want to have a little brush with some water, one of the little cheap dollar store paint brushes, you know, a watercolor brush, so you can get these wet again so that you get that highlight off of them. Otherwise, they look dead.
That's it.
All right, Joe, nice.
It was
So
simple.
that's a
My-
print you have behind the glass, huh?
Yeah, well, it's a background from this called
Oh.
replica
Is
surfaces.
it already out of focus?
Yes, a little bit.
Hey,
Well, you-
Don, there's a request in the comments from someone to skip forward. I think it was that Gina. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right.
It's Jana, and it's me, and I was at the very end, and I'm really sorry. I hate to ask. I just want to shut everything off. I can see the lightning out there.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can grab you. Where are you?
It was at the end unless somebody popped in. It was the very last one.
is it a glass?
Yeah, it's the second to last one, I
With the
think.
with the cherries back there. you
There,
go.
that.
It's a joke, it's a joke, obviously. It's
Oh,
a
look
glass.
at you. You got a little scrimmed light. Is that a cookie in front of a light that you're using, or?
That is a Photoshop crap. I can't remember the name of it.
Background?
Is it Boris Optics? They do a lot of these. I've been
It's-
playing with them this week that look pretty cool, that do all the like fake light shadows and stuff.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's Photoshop. I didn't do that. I did it with the computer.
Oh, okay. All
But
right.
I did the little star.
Yeah, this is really, really good. Your glass looks great. It's bright, it's brilliant, it jumps off the page, it's exciting, the little drops of water and everything. The only thing is this horizon should be down here.
Okay, so I should have had the glass
Move
a
it
lot
back.
further back.
Work
Okay.
to the back up, back here is where you work with your stuff. So
Okay,
and the reason is, see how what happens is the stem of the glassware is lost, right? Right there. So we put it up against the background. So always
Okay.
be working towards the back and think about where you're going to put that horizon. In this case, putting it through the curve of the bottom of it here makes sense, because in this real pretty fluting that happens here can be seen.
okay.
Okay,
I'll try to redo it tomorrow.
very nice. I like, well, you got a lot of light hitting the back of this. I want to see how you did that. Okay. All right, so the brightness in the glass is the umbrella reflecting inside the glass.
Should I have turned that around? The umbrella, should I
On-
turn it the other?
On this kind of shot, it doesn't matter because it's all,
Okay.
it's just light, right? But
Okay.
in reality, you shouldn't use an umbrella on glass.
Okay, what
the
should I have
software.
used?
Because you will,
The-
you will see the round umbrella. And if you get down to like F11, you'll start to see the lines in the umbrella in your
Okay.
glass.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
okay.
So we got a box over here, and this one's off. So you're just using the one light.
Yeah, I started with the box and I don't remember why I switched, but, oh, because of the splash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used that because of the splash. So can you get a splash with the softbox?
Sure. What flashes inside?
The box that was off is a steady light. It's not a
No,
flat,
no.
it's not flash.
No,
Okay,
you'd
that's
have to bump your ISO up to about 3,200. Because you'd need a shutter speed somewhere around 1/1200th of a second.
Okay,
So you'd have to bounce your ISO way up to get that, because these things aren't very powerful. They're great if you have shutter, you can use longer shutter speeds, but for catching the drop of water, you want it to be really, really fast.
Does that
Right.
softbox have a Bowens mount on it? Do you know what a Bowens
what?
mount is?
I don't think so. These are those ones that I had for the
Yeah.
class. Yeah, they're just the curly bulbs inside,
Yes, it's a super inexpensive one.
and they're great for anything except something like a splash or where you want to catch movement. They're fantastic for video because they're, nice constant light.
It's beautiful light.
You,
But it
you,
is-
you might even try using like a bungee cord, like get a little tiny bungee cord where the light is at, and then take your speed light and like see if you can put it on around a cord or something up in the softbox, like
Yeah.
take the reflector off and then, use like a little bungee cord and put your speed light up in the softbox.
Yeah, you can, if you can
like
get
a
a speed
rubber
light in there,
band
it'll
or-
work. Sure.
Yeah, you could
Mark
use a
says you
rubber.
could bungee
What
cord it
you're
to something
saying-
inside.
You're saying to try and get the flash inside that softbox.
Uh-huh.
If you wanted to use a softbox, you could use like a bungee cord or a rubber band and or something and just kind of attach it to whatever's in there. And then you can use your speed light in that softbox.
Mark, I like you a lot. I think you should come to Austin. Thank
Oh,
you. And
Very
you
nice.
guys, it was wonderful meeting all of you, and your work is so beautiful, and I'm going to be going back to all of it, and I'll go back and watch the video when this is over, but I really want to get everything shut off before that lightning hits.
Stay on the Facebook group. More cool things happening.
Be safe.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
Be
you.
safe.
Good night.
Let us know you're okay in Facebook after it's over, okay?
99%, it's just gonna blow over, and I'm just being paranoid. I just want to make sure. But
Okay.
thank you. It's my first Texas storm.
Ugh.
So, okay, thanks. Bye.
All right, Carolyn, how are you?
Yep, good. Sorry, I thought I wasn't on mute. Yeah, I just really rushed this morning.
What are the yellow and blue thingies?
The blue's a neon light on the mirror, and the yellow is a wooden circle with a light shining on it.
So this is a light or
Yeah, so it's a mirror. It's like a compact mirror with a circle and a circle around it, and I put a blue gel on top of it, so it came out
Oh,
blue instead
okay,
of white.
so the glass is actually sitting on a blue gel.
Yes.
Okay. And then the yellow is Photoshop?
No, that's actually a light. I wasn't getting the light good on anything, so I've put this together in a whole lot of different images. So I did, the yellow was actually a yellow light painting
Oh.
with the light. So,
Cool.
but I got the light on the glasses pretty awful because I was just rushing. I just couldn't.
Yeah,
I just didn't have
The
time
light's
to do
too
it.
far away. This glass is so angled, right?
Yeah,
You'd have to have a light that was this high all the way down to there. 'Cause
yeah. I had a pretty close light, but I just couldn't get. I was just rushing, so I couldn't get it right. So this is more. I just thought it's a concept for something I can try and do better.
Well, I agree
later.
with that. I think that the proof of concept is here. Now, when you do the yellow, you want it to glow. We need to get a glow. You can do that in Photoshop or you can do it
Yeah,
in, yeah, but we need a glow on it, right?
yeah,
There's a little bit of glow on the blue. You might want to intensify that glow just a little bit.
right.
Great
Yeah,
idea. And even though you're doing it this way, you've got to get a white card back there behind
yeah,
this glass because this is just going black in here. And
yeah,
it's, yeah, we want to see the pinkness of the pink of the champagne or whatever that is.
yeah. It's a bit of everything.
Yeah,
It-
yeah, your light is just simply, they're too far away.
Okay.
This white card needs to be here,
Yep.
come on, here, and the softbox needs to be here. I mean, as
Right.
close as you can get them that where they're not in the camera. Cool.
Yep.
Coolio.
Okay.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you.
Hey, Don, this is Joe. I put that dark one in the comments. Before you get too far down the list. Remember that? And you have to refresh the page, I wonder. That's weird.
Hmm.
Anyways, it's on Facebook. It says it's there. I just clicked on it.
All right, where did it go? Where'd my
That's all right.
class go?
Don't want to mess the class up.
All right.
I don't see it either, Joe.
No? Okay. No? Huh, that's weird.
Now
Yeah,
Shows
try
up-
now I'm
to
here,
the-
now I can't get rid of this picture.
Hey, Joe, try to refresh your screen at your end. See if that works.
You hit, it's actually showing as a comment on yours.
It should have, yeah, it was underneath the,
You hit
I
enter?
don't care.
I mean,
Yep, yeah, it looked like it was posted. That's all right. It should be on the regular Facebook page anyways. That's. Here, try it one more time quick.
Don't know what happened there. All right, so. Well, what did we do? We started,
You did
okay, we
mine, then
gotta,
you
we
went to
gotta
the
go
end.
back up to
Yeah.
here.
So,
And it would be the one after Joe's here. That's Joe's setup. So we're here. Jan Welding. Jan here?
nope.
Let's see her lighting. I want to see if she used bright field lighting. So she's got her white up against the back. Very nice, simple shot, but look how pretty it looks with the color. The black cards are picking up more in the liquid. Do you see that? Than they are on the glass. And so you get this very subtle dark line on the edge of the glass that separates it from the background. And then when the liquid goes in, it gets much thicker because the liquid actually picks up the black. She's also doesn't have the black the white going all the way up to the top. So this black that you see up here is the black that's giving you the top of these the glass here. Just that glass reflecting upwards into that black. And look how subtle it is. That's also the black that's giving you this in here as well. Nicely done. Good position on the horizon. That works very well. I like it a lot. I like it very much. Good job, Jan. I just love the simplicity of the color, black, white, and red. Yeah, nice set. Good job. Good job. And Jennifer.
yes, sir.
Hi.
Now, you'll notice like Mark called out my splashes today and was like, yeah, I take a shot before. So if you scroll down in the comments, I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. I did have a shot before. So I have one that doesn't have all the splashes at the base I posted. Well, not that one. That was my other views, but you got to expand Mark's my response to Mark. Sorry. There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Really clean. Look at the nice little dark lines up here.
Although
Don't-
I'm jealous of Jan's because
I don't see much.
I went to
on
a
the
lot more
sides
trouble
there.
to get the dark line up there. I didn't think about just lowering where the white was to get the reflection that way. So
Yep. And remember the width of the white back here, the width of it determines how much black you're going to get on the sides. You can go so wide that you almost can't see it. It just goes away. And you can increase it by, of course, just making it very small. And by the way, try this the next time you're doing bright field lighting, just make the white card here, right? Just like that. Shoot into it and then add your white in Photoshop, because that very narrow white behind it will give you a totally different look than what you're getting here. So there's a lot of different ways to go with it. And if you're going with pure white, shooting into a softbox or something like that, it's easy to fix, easy to take out in Photoshop. Yeah, this is nice. And you did it right. You did it right. You just get that first shot with no mess around the bottom.
and then don't forget I took it.
Yeah. So you're using the bottom of another glass?
Yep. And I got this weird little 99-cent foam sheet. I was trying to actually buy foam core board, which is like, I guess it must be science fair season or something here, because like, God forbid you find a piece that's in good shape at any of the stores. But this weird foam stuff, you see how I spilled it everywhere? And this is Fanta soda because I was too cheap to like go out and shop for good stuff. I picked that up and poured it off and rinsed it in the sink, and it's like new. So that was 99 cents well spent.
Yeah, certainly. The dollar store has the cards.
Do that. Maybe I need to find
Yeah,
one of
but
those.
you might have to go to a couple different dollar stores depending on which one's carrying them at the time. But they're
Jennifer,
not really foam core. They're
No.
they're more matte than foam core. They're a
Okay.
different kind of light source. They don't bounce quite as bright.
Jennifer,
Veronica, did you say you go to the sign stores? Are you the one that said you got them?
Yeah. Fine.
yeah, and I didn't, it was on Facebook Market, and I'm like, yes, I want them, and I called and I reserved them, and mine are, I have a couple panels that are 8 foot tall.
Nice.
Yeah, and then some shorter ones and stuff like that. And I realized I need to get more black, ones.
Well, that's what I'm really short on. I can find white, but like I've got 2 black cards, which we'll maybe
Right.
we'll go look at my other photo in the comment in a second, and Don can tell me what I did wrong there. I was laughing when you said white card, though. You see, I've got my soft box and a shower curtain,
Yep.
so I don't actually have a card. That's just the soft box. Here, can you go back one more? Like, I wanted to just verify something. Like the black one in the comments down there, I had a devil of a time. Like I didn't have enough time when I shot this, so I took it down too long. Yeah, that one. The big white stripes along the side of the martini glass. Is
Yep.
that just putting 2 black cards in closer on the side? Is that what
That's reflecting something white. You've got white cards out here somewhere. That's reflecting something in your studio.
Yeah, I think maybe I forgot to shut my laptop. Might be reflecting my laptop back.
Could be,
But
yeah. I really like this shot, by the way. It turned out very nice. But you did need a black card on this
I need
side.
the
to get
black
that
there.
edge here, a darker edge.
yeah, the 3-year-old came in on me and I was like, oh crap, I'm getting the soda out of the carpeted room before the 3-year-old comes in.
Pardon me.
That'll work. All right, next up is Mari. Hi, now you didn't put a white card behind here and you let it go black, but it ended up being a very interesting photograph. Look at that.
She put a black card, didn't she?
I-
It was black fabric.
I don't think she put anything behind the
Behind it.
glass, did you?
Yeah, look at behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She just put,
Oh,
oh, I see what she did. She did dark field lighting.
yeah.
Ah. Oh, she did real big dark field lighting. Oh, well, that shows you what I was talking about, how different it can be when you make the strip really small. That turned out really, really cool.
Yeah.
That one
Very
looked very
graphic,
well, by the way.
very graphic elements. That's,
Yeah,
yeah,
this is really a
Stunning.
strong piece, and it's really, really clean. You're gonna get real nitpicky with it, okay? You can open it up in Photoshop, you're gonna blow it up, you're gonna clean that rim.
Okay.
Kind of broken up there. Do you see that? Just touch and go. We're gonna
Yeah.
make that absolutely perfect because the rest of the glass looks absolutely perfect.
I spent a lot of time cleaning it up, and it's actually a quarter of, this whole photo is, 1/4 and then flipped and then flipped down. Does that make sense? Like I cleaned up the left side and that's what I used for the,
And then you just cleaned up one side and flipped it, right?
exactly.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then upside down, yeah. So when you say to put a white card behind it, like if I had wanted it to be all blue,
Like that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know exactly how to do that on the, are you supposed to cut it out like the size of the glass?
That's how we did it back in the day. Yes, exactly. And it took hours.
Yeah.
But today, you just take this picture here with a big white card behind it, right?
Oh,
Select it, make it black.
oh, okay.
And then the area here in the glass, there's always a question. What do you do about the clear glass? Sometimes you'll see it go clear and go black. Sometimes they'll leave it this way, which actually makes it look frosty, but most people don't catch it, right? What I would do in that case is I would take this part of the glass here and I would take it way back, but I'd still have a little that white in it, let it go dark, a little of that white in it so that it popped off the background. Because if it's clear, it's just going to go right through it, just like the other shot here. Like this, we're just go right through the glass.
Mhm.
I used to have in Project 52, I used to have them cut the card the same size as the beer,
Yeah,
honestly, unless you're doing something at a restaurant where you can quickly cut something that just sort of fits okay, right? Then the best way to do it is to do it separately.
okay.
Why spend the time? You don't get extra points for that.
Yeah. Okay,
Alright.
thank you.
Yeah, very good. Very nice shot. Well, this turned out nice, Phyllis.
Thank you. Took me a long time to get there.
Yeah. Before I tell you all the cool things that I like, there's lots. I think this horizon needed to be down here,
Okay,
and I'll tell you why. We don't need to see any of this.
okay,
I just don't. And when you stop to think about how pretty these things are, these fluted areas would be up against that white background, that gray background. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Be a really, really nice thing. But this works really well. You're not quite dead on straight.
right, I know, I see that now.
Yep. This is very, very close, but I think your camera is actually a little off. I don't think you're shooting straight to the background. I think you tilted or turned your camera a little bit. In other words, your background's here and your camera, instead of being, here, right? Your camera's turned just a little bit like that. It's like you're
Okay.
not coming right at the background straight. So the first thing that you do is you set your background up and your camera, and you make sure they're perpendicular to each other. Absolutely flat to flat, and then you build your set in front. Okay. Really, really nice shot. Is this dark field lighting or bright
No,
field lighting?
white,
Okay, you've got a little bit of, see this, where this gap here?
yeah,
There's a gap here, so there's no light. And what that's doing is giving you this little bit of demarcation right up here, which you needed. That little bit of gray right there. It lets the glass be seen against the background. You could brighten this up a little bit because that's supposed to be a white background, right?
right,
Yeah, it's not white, right? When we look at it, it's not white. It's
okay,
very soft gray. So we need to take that thing and just pull it up a little bit to get this background white. And when you do, you'll be shocked at how different the shot looks. Okay. You can
right,
use channels, you could use levels, whatever.
right,
It's only
right.
going to be a tiny move anyway to
okay.
get it up there. All right. And
So
then
how did the black line get in the yellow? It's not on the edge.
this black line right here,
Yeah,
that's that naked part of your studio over there
Yep.
somehow coming into it.
okay,
Either on either side. I don't know. This one's over here. It might be over because you've got to see the black here on this side,
right,
but you don't have it on this side.
okay, yeah,
So it's there. Your lighting is just a little uneven. The lighting tools are a little bit uneven. I would say that this black line here is a reflection of something happening on the inside of the glass over here, because it's the yellow that's coming in. So if you look
Right.
at your behind the scenes shot, it's going to be that area
okay,
where there's no white.
I think it might be the black edge that's actually on the yellow glass
Could be,
coming through
could be.
and
You
then
can
get
see the yellow
magnified
from
in the
this
front
angle.
one.
Look at this. You got the yellow glass right here. Look how dark that line is right there. That line is this
okay,
area. You got a
Right.
real good proof of concept. What you got to do is you got to go back to it and you have to make it absolutely perfect. And the way to do that is to control what you have over here, and then use it to advantage. If it's too much and it's getting into the drinks, then close it off with your white cards. Just close it off, right? And then
Right.
put a little black card up here, which may be all you need for this part of the glass. You know, just a little piece of black card up on both sides. Could be all you need to set off that piece of the glass and not worry about this piece of glass because it's got color in it. So you're gonna see it against the background anyway.
Right.
Cool.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Wow, this is a nice graphic shot. Look at that crazy glass.
Hmm.
Wow.
Hmm.
Is that like in the glass or is it, can you feel it on the outside?
Yeah, you feel it on the outside. It's a little bit of a, how do you call it, texture or,
Raised.
yeah.
Like, looks like a little, like a corkscrew or something in the glass.
I put some, like, some fake ice cubes in there. I was trying to
Yeah,
get some blue and black in there.
It looks really cool, and you did a really, really good job lining up these to be perfect here on the sides. That looks really, really good. Bottle looks great. Looks like we've got some dark cards on both sides because the bottle's a little bit dark up here coming down.
Right.
We
Yeah.
pick it up here, and we can definitely see it in the glass. So let's take a look at your light. Yeah, okay. What did you put? Oh, it's like a softbox behind it? Or what is that? No.
There's a screw in with the LED, like those Godox LEDs.
Oh, okay. They sure did a nice job, didn't they?
Yeah, for $100.
Yeah, for $100 you can't beat it. I want you to take that out. Just kind of find a blue area here and clone it and move it down and cover up that black. And then the same thing with this one down here.
Okay.
Make it absolutely perfect. That looks really, really cool.
Well, thanks.
Are you good in Photoshop?
Oh, I'm good enough to do that.
Okay. Then I want you to see how the ice cubes are the same color as the bottle.
Yeah.
I think mentally they should be brighter, don't you? In my brain, I think they're ice cubes. They should be brighter.
Okay.
I would bring them up ever so slightly just to come up so that they're a lighter blue than the bottle.
Okay.
I like the stuff. I think it looks like you've got some light coming forward. So we've got this, but you've got a light coming forward on this because we're picking up the highlight up here. What is that?
I just did a little, I don't know, just a little flashlight to light up that cork.
Okay. Yeah. And that's all you use it on then, right? Just the cork.
That's right.
Right there. Okay.
It was all black and I didn't like it, so I lit it up.
Yeah. Great idea. I think it works. Yeah, because that doesn't work.
Yeah, that's what it would look like.
Yeah, that's much more interesting. Cool idea.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Very good.
Well, can you just, how about that? I had a demo, but you don't have to really critique it. I just,
Say
you go
again?
back again. Go back one more there. The color one over there.
Oh,
That looks better when before you blow it up.
you know what the problem is? It's not perfect. It's close to perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those things where if it's not close to perfect, it's got to be way not close to perfect. But if you get this close, you got to go all the way.
Yeah, that's a work in progress. It's fun doing. It's a lot of that's the part of the thing I learned about that is it has to be precise.
Absolutely.
The same thing like how the water is a little lower on that one side there.
Yep.
Just
Spacing along the bottom, the two on the green and blue are a little closer together than the
Yeah.
yellow and gold.
Yep.
Or orange. Yeah.
And then you got that the space right here is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So you got it. Once you line it up, working in a studio that does stuff like this, you'd be surprised at all the stuff they use to measure. You know, there's tape measures, there's marks on the on the floor and on the surfaces and everything. It's just absolutely correct.
Yeah, that's what I was learning, that you really have to be very diligent and very
Yeah, and I would make it so that this pink and the green met halfway between the glass, and the green and the blue met halfway between the glass.
mhm.
This one's going to be all pink, but it's picking up size here. And then the same thing over here. This yellow comes out, goes to here, goes to the orange. How did we do that? Oh, we would stretch the pink out to the middle of the yellow and the yellow to the middle of the orange. That's what we do. So the pink
Okay.
would go to the middle of both of these. Yeah, and then that would be more pink in the background and make the color of this thing really pop off all that pink. That'd work really well.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little project to work on.
Yep, absolutely.
This is
Hey,
gonna be a really cool way to
question.
go crazy.
Tom, quick
Yes.
question on this image, which is very pretty. But will you move the glasses a little bit back towards the horizon?
On the horizon,
Mm,
yes, the horizon's too high as well, Jim. Okay, let's get that horizon down here.
One thing you might consider doing, like when you're spacing, is get a 1/4-inch screw or an 1/8-inch dowel or something like that, and then put it between the glasses on the bottom. Then you can get really precise with the two side ones and so on like that. You know, just make yourself a gauge so that you can set them up
Mhm.
perfect. Kind of like
That's good.
Downton Abbey when they're setting the silverware on Downton Abbey. You know?
Yeah,
That's good
absolutely.
suggestion. All right, thank you. That's a good suggestion.
Yeah, really nice. You got
Nice.
a great idea here, man. Now you take it, and it'll be awesome. Steve Pimp. Wow, Steve.
Hey, Don.
Look
How
at
you
that.
doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Blue and yellow, that little pop of yellow. I'm going to tell you to go back into Lightroom or whatever and make that
Mhm.
yellow pop even more. It's a little dull yellow, right?
Okay.
Bring it up. Let's exaggerate it a little bit. Not
All right. I
really,
actually did. I brought it up with a little Viveza, but I didn't. Maybe I could have done more, I guess.
just
Yeah.
a little more. Yeah, just a little
Okay.
more. Everything else in here is really nice. All the blue and everything is really nice. When I look at it, I go, it's just a little muted to me, and I think it needs to be really, really, really cool. And then
Gotcha.
you used paper here for your.
Yeah. That's just two pieces of poster board.
That's unreal that they does that.
I was showed my wife when I was looking through, I was like, there's a lot of people that have been doing that in this class and doing it well, where it's like, you don't realize it's not sitting on a box.
It's unreal. Nice optical illusion.
Yeah, then you start to play with hard shadows when you're doing stuff like this, and it's really interesting.
Yeah.
The shadows don't break where you think they're going to break. Comes very nice. I like it a lot, Steve. Watch
Thank
this
you.
edge up here. You might have to go in Photoshop and just make sure it's absolutely clean up on top.
Bring that up a little bit. All right.
Yeah, just a little bit. Looks really good.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. And remember to tag me when you pop up that.
I will. Yeah,
Tag me on Facebook so I can see it.
I will.
Yeah, real nice. So
I got the card back there. You can see. I did the old school version.
dark field lighting. Just a little bit squeaking through both sides. Just big black card, very little bit. Oh, and you got a white card back there as well. Look
Yep.
at that.
Yep.
Yeah, and look at that. So that's what that is. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
What about like if you look at the kind of the top of the stem of the glass there, that big white highlight, I couldn't decide whether I liked that. The one right below
This?
that, right there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's glass. It just
All right.
lets us know how shiny and clear the glass is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Elena. Is Elena
Hi,
here?
yeah,
Hi, Elena.
I'm
How are you?
here. Yeah. I'm here. I'm new to this, so I just try a very simple task
And you
and
did a beautiful job with a really simple glass. I love this little, what's going on up here? It just,
oh, thank you. I wanted to find glass with just smooth surface, and I couldn't find anything I liked in stores, even in places like Macy's. So I had to go with what we had at home, and what we had has sort of facets which swirl around the glass. So that's why the
Okay.
edges here are not well defined, because the surface changes the angle. There are facets on the glass which slightly swirl. They're almost imperceptible, but they're there.
I think it's kind of neat. I think it's kind of neat. Not seen it before. Very subtle black coming down here, the sides, which lets us see the top of the glass. We got a little bit of, see that little dark highlight there, folks? A little dark highlight over here. So it really gives us the glass. Now, you might want to go in Photoshop and clean up that rim. And that's just going to be your, what's it called? The cloning stamp and the repair, whatever it is, the repair brush. Yeah, and just kind of fix up the little where it's not perfect right around there, or at least make it a little bit better. It's very rough right in there. We could just smooth it out a
That's
little
worn
bit.
out.
Yeah, this looks great. The light in here and the way the light is on this floated area here. You got black on this, so it sticks up off the background. Really nice, nicely done. Really nicely done. It's a nice, simple shot, Elena. This is the
Thank
first
you.
time you've done something like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a really, really good first shot. Really, really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Elena, your stem is beautiful.
Thank you.
Stem on the
I-
glass. This is
yeah.
your first time. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I tried to do it with dark lighting too, but over mini scratches on the glass became visible, and I just didn't
Yep.
didn't have time to clean them all.
Well, you did a great job. You really did.
Thanks.
Yep. Lee.
Yes, actually, I did post it in another version because I think this one, the compression, compress the highlight on the stem, and I went to there and I double check. So I don't know if it's at the last. It should be at the last. I was trying to delete the other one, but it didn't let me.
Okay. Well, let's get to the end then. Let's see if it's
Yeah.
at the end.
It should be. Where it is, I think.
It's
Yeah,
down at the very
it's the
bottom
one
in
at
the
the
middle.
bottom.
Yeah.
That one. I went over and double check and bump
Yeah,
it up.
much better.
Yeah.
What is this film? It looks like a film here on the glass.
It is reflecting. The glass is reflecting the milk, and the little
Ah,
line that you
okay.
see in the back is the reflection of the back of the glass.
Okay,
Is the rim?
I see. I got it. Well, it looks like it's white up here. I would grab Vivesa and just brighten the part of this, give it a little bit of a gradient,
Mhm.
because it's a little dull for milk.
Okay.
Little dull. I'd pull it up a little bit.
Okay.
Coolio. So much fun. So many good shots. Let's see this one, and then we went to these, and we go to this one. Linda.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi. Food color mania.
Yeah.
Nice. One of my students, it was the splash, I think it was a splash class, maybe Mark remembers, but one of my students named Judy, in the splash class, we were shooting color dropped into aquariums, right? And she
Oh,
did
yeah.
she did a whole bunch of colors in the aquarium. she made a print or entered it into an art show, won first place and sold it for $75,000. I'm sorry, no, $7,500, $7,500.
It doesn't matter. Food coloring costs nothing. You know?
She said she started having fun with it, and you'd have to know Judy to know that kind of work ethic she had. I have no idea how many hundreds of shots she did, but the one she ended up with was just spectacular. So she entered it, a little class shot, entered into a competition, won first place, and sold it for $7,500. Yep.
Wow.
This is really pretty, Linda. How many drops did you do, and how did you weight? I love the way it gets all jumbled down here.
Well, I did about 4 drops, and I only did this twice. So I think it turned out pretty good the second time.
Okay. And you just kept taking shots as it dripped down?
Yep.
Neat.
Well, I tried so many different types of glasses with this, and I was just making the assignment way too hard.
Did you drop the drops yourself, or did you have an assistant
No,
drop?
I did it myself.
No, I had also, that's why I asked.
Yeah.
Very nice. I think your background, I don't know if it's pure white. Do you think it is?
Probably not. It doesn't
I
look
would,
like it.
I would take it to pure white, because when you get the background, everything else here can take it. You're not gonna blow anything out. When you get this background to pure white, it's just gonna pop even more. Okay?
Okay.
So I would go into Photoshop, find your levels, and drag that level over until it's absolutely right on the money. Really nice. What 24 to 105? Let's look at your lighting setup here. Yep, that's the way to do it. Now these are going right up and touching the scrim, correct?
Yes.
I would suggest when you do this in the future to make sure that your glass is in the middle here, so that
Oh, okay.
when these do go up the side, they go up absolutely evenly. So they're perfect on both sides. And there's a strip box behind it, folks.
Yes.
Nice. Good shot. Simple, but fun. Really fun. So when did you discover the light across the top of the liqueur? Mark?
Second, John.
How far in the shoot before you discovered that happening?
That, how far did I shoot? Well, Don, I just did the exposure a little bit, so that probably accounted for a little bit of it, but I thought it looked interesting, so I kept it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would tell you that from a drink standpoint, this area here, I would bring it up to maybe like that, you know?
Yeah.
Just fill it in with a little bit of a gradient. Remember, it's going to be a little bit brighter on both sides than it is in the middle because you're against the black background.
Okay.
And make it look like, but this is really cool. That's really cool. So you're coming across at this glass pretty damn obliquely, like 90 degrees. Nice dark field lighting. Look at the little bit of light coming down the back of the glass here. That's a white card, and then this is the lighting itself, I believe.
Actually, Don, I did it the old-fashioned way. I've got 2 dark cards there, but I left a little bit of a slit. If you see, there you see my behind-the-scenes shot.
Yep. Yep. Nice. This variation of lighting is so much fun. You just blasted the wall behind it as well.
Yeah, shot it through translum.
Cool. Let's look at the shot again. Oh, I see what that is. That's actually the inside of the glass reflecting this.
Yep.
That's what that is. Okay. And this is just so, the lights are so bright coming in, it's giving that rim on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hey, Mark.
105.
Oh, it might just be me. Is that perfectly level? It looked to me like the liquid is just a hair tilted. Is that just my
Let me
insanity?
find out.
Yeah, I think
Hang
it
on.
might just, I
No,
think
it's
it might just be
absolutely dead,
perception.
dead
Is
straight
it?
across.
Yeah. I figured if Mark did it, it probably was. I just
Yeah.
must, yeah.
Yeah, dead straight across. Now, it's got a little bit of a bow here. It's a little bit higher here than it is here, and the same here. But that's an optical in the glass. That's the glass creating that little curve up on the ends. You know, when you're buying glass to shoot in, one of the challenges is always, you know, do you get really good glass, or do you get good glass, or you get cheap glass? Cheap glass is deformed. You know, it's not perfectly formed. They're number twos out of the kiln. Expensive glass is perfectly formed. It's absolutely great. But the really expensive glass where they hand blow it, you know, the hand blown glass, that's a mess. That's all warpy, and, you know, there's no way they can get that really even. So the only even glass you can be is the middle, you know, mama bear's glass, because it's close enough to perfection. But on both of the other ends, the glasses are not perfect. Stole. Cool, David.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I shot it before I actually read the instructions because I was playing with those mini rig. And
Oh
so,
yeah, well, yeah.
So, and then
This is
so I
all
didn't
mini
get
rig
wide
stuff.
field or dark field. I was just painting with colors. Yeah.
So how did you get you're just like shining it up at it? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, if you look at the BTS, I used all three of the mini rigs. The red one in the center is shining up through the glass on the snoot, and then the red and green are highlighting the back and the sides to throw colors on the sides and on the back behind it.
Yeah, cool.
And then I took a brush and made the stole pop out a little bit, but the shadow was an accident. It just happened when I shot it, and I thought I'm going to keep that. So
Yeah, absolutely. That looks great.
and then
Cool shot,
the one in
David.
the comments, I threw some fruit in, but I don't. I threw
Nah.
the fruit in, and then I threw a light up on top to light the fruit, and I didn't like what it did.
No, this is the
to the
one that's more
glass as
fun. This
much.
is much more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd put this up on Instagram and tag Stoli.
Oh, it's a thought. Yeah.
Sure, why not? Cool. These are great. I love these things.
They're kind of fun. I'm just getting used to them. They don't throw a lot of light, but you can control what they do throw.
I'll tell you what, when you get in those medium light situations, like you're on the porch, right? In the shade of the porch, and you put one of these on the top of your iPhone, you can't really see it, but you turn it off, you see that it's gone.
Oh, interesting.
Just enough to open up a face, open up some shadows. It's just enough. It really is cool. Terry Ross are these raspberries, Terry?
Yes.
Look at all the bubbles in there. Clean. Edges are clean. Got an edge across the top. These guys look good. I love the little gradient coming up from the bottom there. And your dark field lighting, this is a little bit fatter over here than it is here. I would say clone some of this champagne into a shape and make this line, this little dark area here, match that dark area. So it's just real thin there. It's pulling the glass over.
Yeah, I tried
Yellow.
cloning it over, but the color didn't match and I didn't have a lot of time to work on the Photoshop end of it, so. But no, that's a good point. Good tip.
So what you do is you take your, you know, the magic lasso thing, right? And you just come right down here like this. And then you take the same shape that you want to have out of this. Then you go to, it's on a new layer. And then you move that shape that you just did, the little marching ants, you move it right to here. Command J, take it down, Command J, it's on a new layer, and then hit your arrow keys and you can just push it right back over the top of this. It'll be fine. You may have to blend a little at the edges. So I always go a little bit bigger, you know, blend the edges, but it should be. Okay, I love the bubbles all trapped on the berries. Nice. Simple light. Oh, you're using dark studio black. I recommend black cards because studio black you just never know. What's that?
I think I did have a black card. I think I handheld the black cards.
Got to get it on both sides. Absolutely even.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice, Terry. It turned out this is a really clean shot. Bring up the reds and the berries a little bit and fix that right there. It's a nice, clean shot. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mark.
Hello there.
Is this food coloring, Mark?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep. There's your part of your primary colors there. All we needed was one more with green in it.
Green's not primary.
No. Green secondary, yellow and blue
Oh,
make
that's
green.
right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yellow and blue.
What
make green. That's right.
I had a vision that I actually was wanting to do where I had the three glasses overlapping with the red and yellow combined together to make orange and the blue and yellow combined to make green, but it just, because of refraction, it was showing up the wrong sides. It wasn't working. So I'm going to mess with it more later, but I wanted to do something that I could execute in time.
This makes me think of Jell-O as if you made Jell-O and, you know, set the glass like this. So it would, for some reason, I'm thinking Jell-O. I don't know why.
What is this swirling stuff here? Is that Jell-O?
No, that's the reflection. That curve part is the reflection of the top of the glass with the red, or the bottom part of the glass with the red.
Okay.
And then that is a reflection of the other part. And then that right there is a reflection of the blue glass. I thought about taking that out, and I can, but I felt like
I think I would take it out and smooth this just a little bit.
Okay.
It's natural that it's there, right?
Well, yeah, that's why I left it, because if you take it out, then it looks like it's photoshopped. If you leave it there, you can tell it's actually one shot, but then it's there. I
But
could
then
always lessen it.
The problem at the end of the day, the problem is it's just ugly.
Yeah.
So whether it's supposed to be there or not, you know, you kind of go, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of ugly. I would take it out, and then I'd very, very carefully control the black line on the top of that, because look how perfect this one is. It's just really perfect, both of them, and then the red one gets a little squirrely right in here.
Yeah.
Mark, I have to ask, how did you suspend the glass with the red liquid?
It's sitting in the other glass.
Okay,
It's just sitting in there.
so no strings, lines, or anything like that.
Nope, that's the way it is.
That's awesome.
Mark, you told me you have a wand. Don't lie.
It's over on the shelf. My wand is actually on the shelf. Piece of dowel with gaffer's tape on it.
So,
I
do you
don't-
see that?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say on the blue glass, the stem, is that orange or is
It's
that
re-
red?
the stem on the blue on the left, it's refraction from the yellow glass on the right-hand side.
And yeah,
But it doesn't look as yellow. It looks kind of orangey. So it makes
Going
me.
through
Coming
more
through the
glass.
stem, it's not as bright.
It's going through more glass. It's just darkening it because it's having to travel through more glass.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There was like, you know, like with that one thing, there's a couple of things that I looked at that I could very easily, I mean, with me in photo, like I could completely clean this up 100% perfect. But then you go from that deciding, do you want it to look like it's 3 glasses and 3 shots that are put together, or?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't, good question. How could he control the dark light on the orange glass?
How do I do what?
The dark line, the one that is perfect in the yellow, but in the orange. The dark area that is in the orange.
The
Because it comes-
horizontal on the liquid.
Yeah. How can you
How do-
control that?
Well, I think part of that's because he's shooting up at an angle, so he's got a
Yes,
different
the
angle on
light.
it.
It's also this one here is low enough to grab these cards right here, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
This one here is up here and it's really, you know, studio black up here.
Right.
I think I would put a black card across the
Right.
top
Yeah.
Mm,
to
Yeah.
totally control what that stuff reflects.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I thought about that after.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can clean that black line up in 2 seconds.
Yep.
Mhm.
Pretty good.
I would have broken 4 glasses trying to do that.
Well, Don was talking about the glass that you buy, and I'm like, buy the cheap stuff. So when it falls off your set, and
Mhm.
always buy, you need 3 for your shot, buy 5.
Yeah. Yeah, if you need 3 for your shot, because one of them you're gonna break on the way home.
Yeah, one's
Done
gonna break
deal.
on the way.
Done
One's-
deal.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
And then one, you're not gonna realize how out of skew it was until you're like, my horizon is level. Why is the glass going
Yeah,
like
glass
this?
is- Yeah, glass is 8 degrees off being vertical. Yep.
Mhm.
All right, Carl, this is on assignment at the Bowery Hotel, huh?
Yeah, hold on.
Hi.
Yeah, I was very tired during this. Normally I'd be asleep and I was here photographing, but it was nice because I had this assignment in the back of my mind and I was like, oh, this guy's setting up all the glass where I'm just gonna photograph this and use it. But I felt like this, for some reason, this picture looks slightly not straight to me, and I couldn't figure out why, like what it was. But I mean, it is straight because
It is, they're not lined up straight. You're not dead center of this car. See, we're seeing a little bit of that one and a little bit of that one. Here, we should be going straight down this one for one thing. That'll clean it up a little bit. Watch exactly where your camera is horizontally. The other thing is you got a lot of light. We're not seeing the edges of the glasses. That would help as well with a black card back here or black back there. But when you're shooting in a hotel like this, a couple of black cards are all you're going to do, folks. That's it. You're not going to be able to bring in a boom with, you know, a bunch of stuff on it, because these days they don't close the bar. Usually they don't close the bar. I think it was Carla was telling us about some big liquor shoot she did for a restaurant in Cape Town, and the bar was open. She had to work around the customers to do that stuff. That's really scary.
Yeah, there were
do
like
that all the-
75 people. I was just photographing the drinks before people drank them, so I did it really as fast as I could.
Yeah.
So I couldn't set up a lot of stuff.
I work
I
around
saw on-
customers all
I
the
think I
time.
saw on Twitter, Kurt, that you actually drank all these after you shot them.
Yeah, there was like everybody was in the other room, and then the bartender was setting up these drinks, and they came in like a couple minutes later to drink everything. So I was under time pressure, I guess.
All right, I don't have a clue what these are. I'm sure they're not just orange juice. What are they?
Yeah, it's mimosas.
Mimosas, okay.
Yeah. So there's the bartender in the background. You can-
This one's a kind of a good shot. A little bit focus issues in here. This is a really good shot. This is a really good shot, Carl.
Yeah, I actually like the behind the scenes better myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see the bartender in the background.
Yeah.
On the right, just a little bit. He's out of focus.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't even mind seeing the camera in here with the flash on it. I think it's actually kind of cool.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought the same thing. That camera looks really cool there. It's like it's
I-
more
I'd-
still life
I'd-
at this point.
I'd use this shot just as it is. Camera there, flash going off, everything. Yep.
It's
Absolutely.
like a little robot doing its own thing.
There you go.
Yeah, I was honestly trying to make, I was trying to make the behind the scenes into its own photo because they're gonna see the photos like that I was sending to them. So I was like, I have to make the behind the scenes look like it could be a photo.
Well, you can always
So that's
crop
why I
it
did that.
square too. You know, if you wanted to, you could always crop it square. Nice shot. I like
Yeah.
I like all the dark around it. But I very much like seeing the camera and the glasses and the bartender and the whole bit. I think it's kind of cool. That's a cool shot for you to do for promotion. Really
Okay.
cool promotional shot.
Nice job, Carl.
Thanks.
Carl, are you in New York City?
No, I'm in Connecticut. So that's actually why I was so tired for that. I had to wake up like really early to get into New York City at like 9 in the morning.
Ah, well, next time you come and see, I live in the city, so we'll have to connect.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Yeah, it was a really nice hotel. I guess like lots of celebrities go there, but I didn't see anybody there that was a celebrity.
No, because they're in their rooms.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it was. They're all upstairs.
They're in their rooms all under pseudonyms because I do massage in that hotel.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
All right, very cool. Michaela.
Yeah, I found this very challenging.
Yeah, it is challenging. The first, it's always funny when I give the assignment in Project 52. Sometimes you can tell people going, well, you know, how hard can this be? And you go, wait till you try it. It's really
Oh
hard.
my gosh, I have so much respect for people who do. This is my first attempt at a class, so I have so much respect now.
Okay, I need you to clean this the spots off this, the dust. You can use the dust and scratch filter in Photoshop. That should work pretty well for this. Do you know how to use that?
Well, I watched the videos, but then I couldn't find the damn filter, so I'm still learning Photoshop. This is all
Okay.
like new to me.
Yeah, it's under filters, and it goes down, and it's something and it drops the drop down on that. It says dust and scratch, and you set it at about 3, and you have to use your history brush. You blur it, and you go back with your history brush, and then you just paint it on, and it just gets rid of the little white dots.
Don, it's in the noise section.
Noise filters.
Yeah, noise filter. Yeah.
I was under noise, that's why I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, noise,
I was
then
just
dust and
looking under
scratches.
filters. And I couldn't find it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Got a nice little height. Is this dark field lighting?
I used 2 LED panels on either side, and then I took the panels, I photoshopped them out of the glass.
Ah, okay. I would have probably told you to leave them in the glass.
Well, you could see the little dots of the LEDs, though. I thought it was too distracting.
True. So what you need are 2 scrims. One here, one here.
In black.
No, white scrims.
Oh,
So-
white screen.
Just like a shower curtain. Then
Okay.
these light these up, and they're diffused, so you don't see the dots anymore. Then these light up the glass. And if they're really close to the glass like this, you should be able to get a highlight all the way down to at least there and all the way down the stem. So you need to build 2 little panels, or get these things up here on the table, right on where the black card is. Put your panels there. They have diffusers for them, don't they?
Yeah, it has a diffuser on it. It's a one-stop diffuser, though, so you can still see the little dots through it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Michaela, do you have one of the 5-in-1 round ones that come with the diffuser in it? You can use that.
No, I don't. I just have a reflector.
Okay.
I went to Walmart and spent $2.99 on the cheapest shower curtain liner they had. So I have a 5-in-1, but like in my shot, I was using the shower curtain because it was just big and easy to do. Now I've discovered that $2.99 at Walmart does not get you an actual square around all the edges shower curtain, but you don't need the whole thing anyway. So it's okay if it's crooked.
Just make sure when you're getting those shower curtains at Targets, you don't get the one with the little duckies in it, okay?
There were a lot of pattern
They're
ones.
very hard to touch out.
They cost $7. Those are more expensive than the like $2.99 ones.
And you
so-
can get a shower curtain at the dollar store for $1.25.
Later on,
they look-
later on after class, go back to my behind the scenes picture. If you want, I've got one of those portable closet things. That white metal thing is one of those portable closets that you put hangers on. If you get some clamps and a shower curtain, you can just put the shower curtain on there and you got a great big rectangular scrim.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we don't have dollar stores or Walmarts in Manhattan, though.
One thing that
Order online.
One thing
They
that
deliver.
people from New York, they never get that question. You meet somebody and you go, "Oh, I live in Phoenix." They go, "You live in Phoenix? Do you know Bob Smith?" It's like, no, I don't. In New York, nobody bothers. It's like, nah, no chance. No chance. No.
I also was trying to leave the background blue, but then the angle I shot it to get the light reflection, I was seeing some of the towel in the background.
Yeah. You've got
And I
to
was-
to get this background be blue, you've got to put a black card here to keep this light off that background and put its own light so you can control the background from its own light. So these lights aren't what's called bleeding onto the set. You know, big black
Yeah.
cards block the light from hitting the blue. Now you've got a black background. So then you have to put a light right behind your set to get your blue back. Hard stuff to do, huh?
It was really hard. And then my Photoshop skills aren't where they need to be. And I was so proud that I could figure out how to create a layer of all black and then mask the glass onto it.
There you go.
I was like, big triumph.
That was
I'm
indeed
much
a
better
learning
with
experience.
people.
All right, Veronica. So is this a fresh drop of blue?
Yeah.
That's clever.
It looks like a little flower. It's so pretty.
Yeah, it does.
Cool, thank you. So,
It does.
I'll let you comment and then I'll add. That's it. I forgot it behind the scenes.
Oh,
And I'll tell you why. I actually took the photo behind the scenes, but I took a photo of the glass first because you can't tell in here, but the whole top has at the very top, you can see there's ridges that go all the way. And I was really trying to flag it. I started with the white and then I tried to flag it with the black, and I even put a black over top because I wanted to get the line and I wanted to get those edges in front, and I was so close. And then I'm like, well, shit, I have to add color. And the whole top was covered. Like there was no way I was going to get drops in there. So, and then I just said, screw it. I'm going to get the glass in there and then put the color and let's see how it is. And I mean, it's very light, you know, the rim may not be as sharp for the, you know, on the black.
Looks like you've dropped several drops in here and it's just sort of all ended up. at
Yeah,
the
I
bottom
did.
here.
I did. Yeah. And I love these glasses. I got them from a judge who was retiring. These were her grandmother's. So these are like freaking old gold glasses, but I love the hollowness and
Look at
how-
this. They're not even shaped the same.
I know the
This is
top.
what I was saying. This is when you get to the other end, the very high end stuff. It's all like this.
Yeah. Even I put a glass on top of the glass like this, and the bottoms were different
Yeah.
sizes. And I'm like, oh my God, these were really handmade.
They were handmade. Yeah. Yeah.
Just- So, but you know, if I didn't have the liquid, I would really have focused on really getting those ridges in there because they were really kind of cool. But
Well, the shot ended up being very interesting. Absolutely very interesting. I love this little thing here. I think I don't know if this is the shot yet, but I love this idea of having the older ink floating around and then dropping this in. Oh, and by the way, what my friend Judy used, she didn't use food coloring. She used printer ink.
oh,
So you go and get a cheap, set of third-party printer inks for your printers.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Or if you go down to a printing shop, you could probably get little vials of CMYK. And then she mixed up her own colors and things, and it was really, really interesting. But the ink, because it's oil-based, just did crazy things in the water. Just crazy. It
Oh, interesting.
wouldn't break apart like the food coloring does. Food coloring starts to dissolve in the water.
Right.
Ink does not dissolve. It just does all this crazy stuff.
I did all different colors. I mean, I did the purple, I did like the yellow, a darker yellow, a red, a pink, and and then I mixed some of the colors, just to kind of see if it would blend.
Sure.
But this was the better of the others, and how it was shaped, or what's the word? Light, darkened, shadowed, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Very good.
You want me to do over?
I'd keep working on it. Yeah. I'd keep working on it. Don't let it, whenever a shot gets by you, go back and redo it as soon as you can. Don't let it be don't let it win. There's a shot here. You didn't quite figure it out, but you learned something really cool.
Right.
So now what do you take what you've learned, you go back and you make it work again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it. Jerry Uelsman is a famous photographer from back in the day. He did an experiment. He believed that if you spent a lot of time on a photograph, you could make it really good. So I think it was University of LA at Long Beach photo class, he did an experiment. He said, okay, half the class, you're going to be graded on making one photograph for the whole semester. One photograph. The other half of the photograph, the students, you're graded on how many photographs. If you do 10 a week, if you do 100 photographs by the end of the semester, that's 100 points. If you do 80, it's 80 points. So whatever. And so once one group was doing pictures like all the time, and the other group is just really looking for that one great shot. He was going to prove that looking for one great shot improved your ability to see more than just taking a bunch of pictures. Much to his surprise, whoops, he proved the exact opposite. The more you do, the better you get.
Hence, shoot more, suck less.
That's right. The more you do, the better you get. You just get out there and get that camera behind your eye and walk around the neighborhood. When people say, oh, there's no photographs. Yeah, there are. There are. Just be still for a moment. Take your head away, clear your head, and they'll start to reveal themselves to you. You'll start to see that shadow from a palm tree, or the way the light's bouncing off that little puddle of water. And you think, what if I got down low? Or what if I got up high? How could I do this? And then boom, your brain goes into that photo mode where now you're seeing and viewing photographs and making them.
Okay, I have a question for you then, because now I have this tool and I want to tell the people who have helped me, thank you for helping me. Thank you for not making me feel stupid because I don't know how to use a tool. I really appreciate that. But how would you use this outside? I mean, if I'm outside and I'm taking this and I want to test something, how would you do that?
How would you use what outside? The meter?
Yeah. I mean, if you're like, people use it for architecture. I mean, do you go and stand by the building?
You don't have to.
You just put it up in the air?
Well, yeah, if you're standing.
It sounds so okay.
First, I'll start out by telling you one of the funniest things I ever saw was a video. A girl photographer did a video on how to use the meter because she's an expert. I think she'd been shooting for months at the time. I mean, she was a pro. So she's got this ditch here. And she's set up over here with her tripod and the whole bit, the camera and everything. She's set up here and she's got her model over here, right? So she gets her, she goes, now I'm going to take a meter reading. And she takes her little meter and she climbs down this, steps over the water, steps into the water, gets her shoes and everything all wet, comes up over here, stands here and aims the meter at the camera. So it would get the light on the meter from the camera. That's what you do. You just put it right at the camera, right? And then she climbs down, she comes back over here and gets behind the camera. Can you tell me the difference between that reading and just turning around and doing that on this side of the ditch? Nope, it's just the light falling on the meter. folks.
Okay, okay, all right.
So
You also stand a chance of the light changing by the time you get back across the canyon, because the cloud could come over and it's all moot.
Okay,
so what you do, well, first of all, you go up to Udemy and take my meter course.
it's right, it's there, I had
Yeah.
to learn this first.
It's free. I get a little verbose. I tend to talk too much, but it's free, and you know, it'll take you about 2 hours to watch it. You'll figure out how to use it. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, one of the first instructions you say is go figure out how to set your meter, so I had to tackle that.
Yeah, it's really, really easy. And we go
And-
through 2 different meters. We use the 2 Minolta meters, which are literally the same as the Sekonic. There's no difference. There's just maybe one button does something the other button does on the other one, but they all work the same.
Right.
So
Okay, I just bought the Sekonic because I was at B&H and they told me that's what I needed. Should I get a cheaper one?
No, I got, this is a Sekonic. Which model?
I don't know.
I don't know.
$155 at Depth of Field. That's all I remember.
is a little small black one about this big.
Yeah.
It's the I think it's the L 428.
Isn't it the L350?
They have one called the L308S as
The
well.
308. That's
Yeah.
it. The 308. That's
I
probably
have
what
the
you got.
470, was it 478 DR?
Yeah, you got the big. You got
I know, I
you
know.
got the you went all out on that.
Yeah, I used to buy, I was a gear whore.
Yeah, you got the same as hers, 478. You got the same as Veronica.
So do I not need this? Should I could
much did you
exchange
pay
it
for
for
that?
something else?
How much did you pay for it?
No, but that's,
55,
How much?
$355.
Take it back.
I
Is it
got
purple?
the Minolta Don uses in the Udemy thing that I admittedly haven't figured out how to use yet, but it was like $55 and change because I stalked eBay auctions for a while.
Yes, I was gonna go up to eBay. Let's see what we got here.
That's
Come
where I got my
on.
Minolta off eBay for $75 or something a couple years ago. Yeah.
I was being cheap and got outbid around the $75 point on several, and then suddenly like the stars aligned on a Thursday night and like $55 and it was mine. So
That's cool.
I was gonna tell you, Veronica, I use mine at almost every photo shoot that I do, because like I'll go into a restaurant and the first thing I'll do is I'll set it into ambient mode. I'll figure out what settings I would ideally like to use and see how much light I'm getting in there. And then I'll switch it over to flash mode and I'll put my strobe where I want it to be. And then I'll start popping the flash. And as you pop it, it'll give you a reading. So then I'll just adjust my flash power. So I'm coming in between, the 0.7 and a full stop above what the ambient light is.
Right.
I mean, people are like, you can eyeball it, but when you're going into a location, I don't have time to eyeball it. They're bringing me food while I'm trying to set up. So you need to be able to. do it
Right, and
quick.
you know what was nice is that I haven't gone, I go on Tuesday. But when you was using this in my house, I was like, I felt more confident,
Yeah.
that I'm going like, oh, look at her, and then I knew the values to put or to at least approximate close to. And like, Dawn says in the videos, you can adjust it down or up depending on, the mood that you want to
Yeah,
capture.
it's just here.
But it's
Something
like
like this.
taking you to my shoot, Dawn. That's what I'm saying. You are coming with me to my shoot in this format. You are a Sekonic.
There you go. That works for me. Michaela, I'd look at something like this.
We're looking at the white screen, Don.
Oh, why are you doing that?
We're stubborn. We're stubborn.
It's out of sight.
You guys are crazy. You should be looking what I'm looking at. How's that?
Oh,
Right here. This is I don't know. I'm not even gonna guess how old you are, but I'll bet this is older. That's how good they are. My meter,
I'm in my mid-50s.
okay, well, it's not quite as old as you then. But I bought mine, my oldest daughter is 32 today. I bought it 32 years ago. Or 32 this year, 32 years ago. It still goes with me everywhere. It still works perfectly. Just put a battery in it. That's it. They're great tools. I like this because it comes with the dome. See the little white dome there?
Yeah.
Let me warn you, lose the dome, you are in
Deep doo-doo.
deep doo-doo. They're hard as hell to find. Okay? Don't
can't put a ping
lose.
pong ball in there.
But that little guy right there in the middle there, that's a 1 degree spot meter.
Mhm.
Take it off and actually use it as a spot meter. You won't do that very often. It's kind of an advanced technique, but you have it as you get along. So
Yeah,
I'll be
mine
doing-
didn't come with mine only came with the stuff on the left of the picture. I didn't get the little spot thing with
Yeah.
mine.
I don't have a spot meter either.
Well, you're doing digital. You don't need a spot meter.
Okay.
Spot meters were basically for doing the zone system and back in the day. So you could read values off tiny little portions of the photograph, where we don't do that now because we'd have no way of controlling the values of it because we don't use chemistry. I really hate it when people go, yeah, we can use a zone system for digital. No, you can't, because there's no chemistry. It's all, the zone system was chemicals. So there are no chemicals in digital. But this is pretty fun. All of you guys, if you go to Udemy and you search my name, there is a light meter course there. It's free. All the courses there are free. They're very old. I think I probably had, dark hair, and they're really ancient videos, but they were shot on a flip camera, to give you any idea. They shot on a flip. So don't beat me up
amazing.
for video quality. It's pretty terrible. But they'll teach you how to use the meter. I guarantee it.
Okay, so I'll go return this and get one for half price.
Yeah. All you need is a good old Minolta is really great. And you could probably get a Sakonic L358. Buying format, buy it now. Yeah, see, these are newer. All these are newer flash meters, so they're up in the $200 range. But I think the Minolta would do you just fine.
What's the difference between the Minolta and the one I bought?
Price?
It's made by Minolta. Those were made by Sakonic. Minolta does not make their meters anymore. They stopped making meters 20 plus years ago. So all of the Minolta meters are old. You bought a brand new meter. And it's got more. The meter you bought has 1,000 really cool things you can do with it, none of which you'll ever do. But it's one of those things, you bought it, so they're built into it.
Like if you do movies.
And guess what? For $350, batteries not included.
Yeah,
There's that Sakonic 380 or 358. That's what I use. I have one of those. I've had it for 12 years.
Yep.
Yeah. I could do my videos and do my videos on there because it has a cine feature.
Yeah, but they all do that. It's just a manual.
All right. I was
in
just
their
trying
head,
to pump
so
myself up. Okay,
Yeah.
Dawn.
that's all right.
I'm
They're
squishing
really,
down.
you're never going to buy another one.
I never will.
They're a
No.
lifetime. It's a lifetime purchase. You're never going to buy another one. There's no reason to upgrade your meter.
No.
What's my favorite meter? Who knows what my favorite meter is?
A Minolta. The one in
My second favorite meter.
String meter.
String meter, piece of string with knots in it. Works really cool. I'm gonna do a video on it next week. So,
string meter. Oh my God.
yep, it'll work. It'll blow your mind how accurate it is.
You're gonna need a long one to go in that whole ditch and then back to the woman in the back. Hope you don't trip when you trip.
But you can take your iPhone. Now, I have a really good friend named Dave Siegel. What he does when he buys his strobes, he takes his strobe, he puts it on a stand, and he puts a meter at 10 feet from the flash. He takes one exposure to get that at 10 feet. And from that, he figures out all of his exposure using the inverse square law in his head.
Wow.
Because all it is the inverse square law. And so he knows if he puts it here and puts it at half power, he makes all the computations, how far away it is. So his meter is a tape measure. He does everything by distance, power. So whatever floats your boat, so to speak. But I'll tell you what, if you learn to use a meter, you'll learn to be a better photographer faster. It's not that people who don't use meters aren't good photographers. Certainly they are, but you'll learn it faster because you'll start to see the light. So, all right, everybody, thanks for coming out and doing this little thing with me. We postponed the portrait class, but we are going to do the portrait class coming up here soon. And in May, we do a class called 24 Shots in May, and it is film. So we're actually going to do a couple of classes shooting film and how you can do film. And then the whole thing is like during the month of May, you shoot one roll of film. And that'll be a lot of fun. Thanks so much for coming out. We'll see you up on the boards. Don't go away. There are more classes coming up, more things to do all the time. And we'll catch you up there.
Hey, thank you, Don. Appreciate it.
Everyone.
Thanks, Don.
Take care.
Thanks,
everyone.
bud. Nice to meet you
Take
all.
care, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.
everyone.